So I'm going to come back in here and just hang out for a little bit because I got to tell you, I'm just very, very, very. Did you guys watch the live I did? I just dropped a video. If you guys haven't, it's like you guys need to listen because I'm telling you, I not booted, but I got my top contributor badge. You know, I had a bitch about it. They put it back, but still, I had to complain about it because I disagreed. Like, it's very, very, very upsetting to me. It's very upsetting. Hi, guys. It's nice to see you all here. Who's all in the house? Aw, thank you, Beach. Alliance Marla. It's nice to see you, Maya. Lori, the second time. There's gotta be a story behind that. Average woman. I love it. I love it. I love it. Lisa K, it's nice to see you. Bella Stitch. Tracy. Hi, guys. Any updates? To be honest with you, of course not. All that's going on right now. I mean, even me, I did a live this morning, about mapping and stuff like that. Like, I mapped out different stuff on my YouTube channel. It's kind of interesting because it almost makes this box, like between, like, so I put everybody in there. I put their house, I put the school, I put the Bowersox property in it, I put Aunt Melissa's property in it, I put Dara's property in it, I put Big D's property in it, Big D, the one that Nina was talking about if you watched the Nina interview. But Melissa was like the outlier. She was way, way out there. I've got to look at her house in conjunction with all the mapping and where she is from, Memphis to Hendersonville. But it was, she was kind of way out there, but everybody else was almost in this like perfect square. And it's like there's a piece in me that almost wants to say, if we search the square, we're gonna find them. I don't think it's that easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it can't be possible, but and it's a huge. I mean, don't think that box. It's not a little box. It looks like a little box. It looks like a little box on the map, okay? But trust me, it is a significant area. So me and you, that's what it is. Hey, Stephanie, it's nice to see you, Spunky. She says there is. She said there is. Second time. Oh, the original talent. You should be good on here. Quit being so damn mean. I know people are incredibly too sensitive. You guys need to toughen up. Like, back in I got to tell you, these kids these days, they don't even know how rough or how easy it is. Like, back in my day, if you were this soft, you'd be in a locker or a garbage can or beat up. I didn't come from any bad parts of this was in the good parts of the areas too. I mean, that's just the way it was. Like, you have to be able to handle your own. Oh, I saw a good map on Twitter. Let me find. Oh, if you did, Lena Remy? I can't pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. I butcher names all the time. Please forgive me. Do not be mad at me. Please send it to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I'm looking for good maps. Ellie desperately needs question KP alone. I think they have, because they've questioned. I would assume, which is a big statement for me. I know that many people say we haven't heard it from law enforcement, which is where we should be hearing it from. However, long story short, because they don't want us misinforming the public and stuff, so we got to keep that in mind, be cognizant of that. But I think they have several times, but I'm pretty sure whatever story they've got's pretty much ingrained into both of them at this point. I haven't really heard from them, I really haven't. And I think it's somebody else. Like, a lot of people are saying there's one anonymous person posting in a group. First of all, the anonymous posters are seen by the admin. So I really don't think, if they could see that it was Chris Proudfoot, trust me, every one of them's a tattletale. So I'm pretty sure that we can reasonably deduct if if Chris Proudfoot's in there anonymously, I think somebody would screenshot the fact that it's Chris Proudfoot. Just personally speaking, I don't know. In all fairness, if it was my group, and I would have checked it out myself. Okay, in all fairness, and but where's Katie? I don't know where Katie's hiding. I'd love to know the clues, things LE aren't telling us. Bun? Funny smiles. I like that. What is that? The word game. I can't remember. Where I'm a love machine. That commercial. I forget the name of it. That's what some of these names are. Bunny smiles. I love it. No real snowball fights or crab apple wars. Okay. Do. I know for a fact the DA is waiting for a crumb of evidence to go after. Oh yeah. And that's another thing is, even though I don't disagree with Nick Barris. I really do like Nick Barris. There's just a clear, because I know I said some things on his thing, but it wasn't directed really at, it was kind of just the frustration of the questions I have that's not being answered. Hopefully he sees them. Maybe he can get them answered. I don't know. I just think that at this point, because I'm hearing people talk about, which place they want to go and stuff like that. So I know that people are working toward, I don't know when, I'm keeping my ear to the ground, but working toward something. I don't know if it's a protest, if it's a sign waving, if something, but it sounds like there's something behind the scenes going on. And, I just think that it wouldn't be like this if they would just inform the public and get that. And I understand, I understand law, I understand criminal law. So I understand that they don't want to charge people until they have something. I get that. But they're kind of ghosting a worldwide case. They could come out and just take egg on their face, to appease the masses. Like at this point, it's so worth them just getting some egg on their face right now, And they won't do it. Like, what I mean by egg on the face, coming out and basically telling us absolutely nothing and us all complaining about, that was absolutely fruitless. But at least they would have reiterated all of the facts that are known to the public. I mean, if nothing more, they will be addressing that, So there's things that they could do that makes them more visible to the public eye. I think their public appearance is really taking some dings. I know law enforcement wants to think that they just have to solve the case, and while that's part of the job, as you can see on these higher profile cases, you gotta balance a public, a very itchy, public. Like I see this public being a little antsy at this point. The case is getting a little crazy. There's, some drama infiltrating. I mean, heck, I had drama just started on me today because I'm trying to kill the drama. It's like all this attack on Seth. I'm not going to rehatch it because I just need to let it go because it's going to piss me off again. And I just need to woo-saw something because I just, honestly, I'm absolutely at my wit's end with all of the drama. It needs to stop. Like we have enough drama in this case. We do not, amongst creators, need to add additional drama to this case. I'm just saying. Stop it. Don't make me grab my born. It's supposed to be for the bad guys, not to get the crowd control. Okay? Knock it off. Like, don't make me say it again. What do you do? I mean, I don't know what to do. I seriously don't know what to do. Like, it's like, can we just stop? I mean, like, today's a new day. Can we just stop? Just stop. For everything, just stop. Who gives a crap about anybody's feelings? I'm not even worried about my own damn feelings. Like, everybody's so butthurt because this person didn't do this. Like, it's just, who cares? Nobody's feelings care. If it's about Sebastian, then you put yourself in it to begin with, okay? This is part of the job. This is part of the job. If you can't put your feelings aside to do the job and to do it well, what the hell are you doing in the true crime stuff? Sorry, not sorry. But when we know that there's somebody that has lost a child or a grandchild that had nothing to do with the loss of that child or grandchild, we do not attack them. It's like a cardinal freaking rule. Because nobody's freaking perfect out here on these streets. And for everything, if you are, please stand up. I'd like to see the holy of the holy. Please. I'm waiting. Absolutely waiting for that perfect person. I could use a perfect person in my life. I guarantee that we've got 260 people in here right now, and those 260 people could use a perfect person in their life. Just saying. Just saying. This has got to stop. I almost lost a top. You know what? If I was not Bullhorn Betty, this is what pisses me off. If I was not Bullhorn Betty and I could not have come straight to this platform and told what happened to me in that group, that person would have been silenced for having a problem. I have a problem with that, and I've got receipts. And yes, I am going to say it because that is bull to the snitch. Bull to the snitch. Right there. Top contributor in the same thread. You see, even up here with my response, still a top contributor until I said, I would expect you not to like it and laugh. That's sad. Take care. Still not rude. She was rude to me. I was still not rude to her. Next thing, no top contributor badge. Then, all of a sudden, oh, that's not it. All of a sudden, that same post that we just showed you had no top contributor. Look at that. Look at that. It came back. It was magic. It was freaking magic. It came back. It came back. Freaking magic. And of course, they did show me that it was brought back, but they tried to act like it didn't happen, that it was just my fault, right? No, I screenshotted it. Why? Because I'm smarter than the average bear. I was so disheartened out of all, and you know what? I get it. Sometimes I'm a little too much. I understand. Some people can only take me in doses, okay? I am fully self-aware, okay? Absolutely fully self-aware that, I'm a lot, right? But you know what? If I'm too much, go find less, baby. Okay, yes, I saw it on the back of a shirt. I want that shirt, by the way. I want that shirt. But, but when I'm nice, like when I'm an ass, trust me, I'm an ass. There is no mistaking it, because when I'm an ass, I want you to know I'm an ass. Why? Because I'm being an ass. But when I'm actually being nice, actually making sense, actually talking the truth, and then you censor me, yeah. And so I wrote her back and I just said, well, we both know what happened. I see you very clearly. God bless. God bless. I see you now. I see what kind of person you are. It's integrity. Integrity is everything. You may have the biggest, I don't care if you have the biggest, I am not kissing nobody's ass. You either got integrity or you don't. And trust me, you can't learn it. You either got it or you don't. So I'm highly upset. Am I going to complain more about this after today? Of course not. Why? Because it's taking away from this boy right here. And this is exactly why I made the comment in the Facebook group to begin with, because I'm sick and tired of it being about Seth. I'm sick and tired of it being about grandma. I'm sick and tired of it being about the flippin' PIs. I'm sick and tired of it being about somebody bitching that they don't like who's in this, where their position. I don't really give a rat's patootie. What I care about is how are we going to find this boy, bring this boy home, or provide some kind of benefit besides sitting and bitching. If anybody knows anything about me, I cannot stand complaining. If you're going to complain, bring some damn solutions. Okay? But don't you just sit there and complain and complain and complain and complain and complain. Because if you're just going to sit there and complain and not provide any solutions, then that is part of the problem. So, thank you for letting me vent. But you know what? Sometimes content creators, or whatever the heck you guys want to call me, I don't know what I am. But sometimes we have enough too. And I got to say, I've reached I've had my fill of BS. It's time to tamper this down. Like, who the hell does who do you think you are to talk to a father of a missing child that's out there looking for their son? Like, seriously, who the hell do you think you are? Anybody. I'm tired. The Proudfoots have some explaining to do. You want to go cut through it on them all day long. They're the ones sitting on their ass and hiding away from the public. But we have got to stop this. This boy should mean more to us. We're all here. We're all here for a purpose. We all obviously have our eyes and our minds on this boy, because every time we go on this platform or the YouTube platforms, people watch. So obviously you guys give a damn. Otherwise you wouldn't tune in. So we have got to figure this out. Is somebody good with maps? Does somebody have any ideas? These are the things that we should be discussing. When we have these large groups where you've got 5, 10, instead of complaining about all the gossip, why don't you guys start looking at some damn maps? Start saying, hey, start thinking, where do we begin? What can we do to make this situation better? I don't see a whole lot of people coming here, audience, content creators, whatever, saying, how can we make this better? So I think the message is tonight is, how do we make it better? This bickering and stuff's got to stop. It's getting to epic proportions. People are tearing each other apart for some stupidity, petty bullshit. You know what? We're a much tighter ship together, even with the personality conflicts and stuff like that. Seriously, I promise you. I know what I'm talking about. So just the stuff with the Facebook, the stuff with the TikTok, the stuff with everybody. Just stop. Let's get back to brass tacks. Seriously. Because there's a lot of gifts here. There's a lot of people that have great ideas. Not every one of them is going to make the cut, so what? It's about throwing out as much crap as we can to see what sticks. We don't know what's going to work until it's out there, until it's tried, until it's looked at, until it's, searched, until it's mined. We don't know. So everything's on the table. Guys, start looking at maps. Start thinking. Start thinking about other cases. Start thinking of similarities. Start thinking of where that person was found. Or, we don't know what they saw. We don't know what they watched. We don't know, what information. There's something. The key is getting everybody thinking the right things. The right things are, what do we know? We know he's out there. We know he can't be far. I hate being so blunt, and I got to be careful because TikTok, we have a lot of people that are ultra sensitive on here. But people don't drive around with deceased individuals in their automobiles for very long. Think about it. If you accidentally, we're going to go on an accidents, because I think it's the lightest thing that people can say, you know what? I remember that time I almost dropped the garage on my son. I almost, unalived my son accidentally, right? So we'll say accident. So if it was an accident, you're going to be scared half to death. You're going to be scared out of your mind. You're not going to be driving 100 miles, in my opinion. I don't see you logically thinking that that's a great idea, right? So if we apply the fact that many of us may think that something happened inside that home, you got to think of, okay, where are the places that we could reasonably go that's private for something like this? How comfortable, if you were put in this same position, how comfortable would you go? And this is where it comes back to, where would you go? You would end up going to a place that you're comfortable with. Why? Because you're scared out of your ever-loving mind, and that place is private. Right? So behaviors, places that are comfortable to them, places that are known to them. That's why all of those metrics are so important when mapping. You got to try to find as much information out. But some of you guys know these people more than I do. So you can absolutely, without a doubt, apply those experiences and knowledge to your maps, but work together, share them. I don't know if you guys got groups on, I don't know much. I mean, you'd think with all these subscribers, I know how to use TikTok. I do not know how to use TikTok at all. I see people use TikTok appropriately. I'm like, I wish I could do that, right? I wish I could do that. How do they do that? I don't have time to learn. I'm old. I was reminded today that a lady that's one of my subscribers, she's like, you're still a spring chicken. She's like ready to smack me in the face because I call myself old. So I got to be careful. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm sorry. I'm getting gray hair. I'm sure when you guys were my age, you guys said the same thing. So you can't be offended. So that's where we are. I think we just need, people have gifts. I mean, think about it. Do you know somebody? Do you have a resource? Do you know somebody that was in search and do you just start looking through? Remember, I don't know how many of you guys ever started a sales job. You probably left it and went back to a 9-to-5 job, but everybody probably tried a sales job at one point in their life, right? Remember when they said you got to go and make your list of all your favorite people so you can make those cold calls? Well, that's kind of what you need to do. You need to kind of make a list of all the things that this case reminds you of, or something that and start thinking about the cases. What were the details of the cases? Where did the person get found? What was the nugget of information that broke the case? Where was it at? Get those gears turning. I mean, we are true crime. This is part of the job. Even the audience, you guys got your job too. Right? To spread the word. We all got jobs around here. So anyways, that's just it. I don't want a dog. I think the mysterious, at the end of the day, I still think it's a good group. I'm not going to leave the group. We're still going to have discussions on the group. I am just, you know what? That's the one thing you do not do. You do not censor Bullhorn Betty. I'm sorry. It's just, there's just a cardinal rule out there in the universe, and I'm sorry. It is like, people either like me or they don't like me, but no matter what, you don't censor Bullhorn Betty. I got a bullhorn. What are you thinking? I don't like being controlled. I don't like being controlled, as you can say. All right, guys, it was real. You guys brightened up my day. Now I can quit complaining about being censored on a non-censored, like it was a free-for-all there. And what? Do I get magnet for censoring? It's like, oh, it's Bullhorn Betty. We got to shut her down. Nobody gets censored on that platform. Like me? I have said some shocking I'm gonna be honest with you. I have said some things I have typed some things, and there have been some things that have fallen out of my mouth that I have to personally tell you in all honesty, I was shocked with myself, okay? So I know I have the capabilities of being blocked legitimately, okay? This was unfair. Okay? I even know when I skate the line. This was totally unfair. I'm crying over here. You guys got me crying. They got me crying. Oh, we're not going to talk about it. I think I've made my point. I'm kind of a one and done chick. You'll find out very easy. I'm one of those people that blow a gasket and 5 minutes later I forget about it. I had a sister, okay? It's kind of, I think it's kind of, I think people that have siblings, it's kind of ingrained in you that you get really pissed off and butthurt for like 5 minutes and then you go back to everything's fine again, you know, to be honest with you. So there you have it. Has the area been around the pond thoroughly searched? That's a good point. You know what? I don't know. But you know what? If it's in public, I truly believe searching things multiple times is always a good idea, because there's also, you know, a theory that I've had for a long. I've been watching I've been literally stuck on true crime. Let me tell you where my true crime life started out. Probably why I fit so well is I was like at my grandfather's house watching Perry Mason and Columbo. While that was a sensationalized black and white detective movies, then comes, you know, the Andy Griffith Show. Then comes the Murder, She Wrote. And if that wasn't bad enough, the 90s hit and this thing called Forensic Files came out and I was stuck like glue. And then the first 48, next thing you know, if I just wouldn't have went down the wrong road, I have a funny feeling my future, my better self would have been a detective or in forensics somehow, some way. I really truly believe it. And people laugh and they're like, oh, you can't, but we've read a lot of books. We've been enlightened over the years about a bunch of stuff. Plus, I didn't have the best things. So I was around a bunch of criminals for, you know, a good number of years. So, you know, what can I say? I'm a well-rounded individual. I don't know what to say. I got stories. I don't know. I can only tell you a few. I'm not sure if the statutes of limitations have ran out for the many of them, but don't worry. I got some when they do, okay? They're waiting. I'm counting the days down. When the statutes of limitations run out. Oh, good Lord. I remember I said that at one of my friends. It was sad. One of my friends had passed away. He passed away from a drug overdose so long, you know, long before I didn't, you know, it's been a long time since I had seen him before he passed away. I mean, he was going down, but I didn't know he had gone that far down. And I remember they asked me, you know, because they send the microphone around, you know, tell you about your stories. And to be honest with you, Lord help me. I have repented for my sins, y'all. Okay. I'm just saying. I couldn't tell one story. That wasn't illegal. I had none. I had literally no stories I could say. You know what I said? He was my best friend. He's my ride or die. And I love those party bus days. That's about as much as I could say, you know, because at this point I don't really lie, don't stretch the truth, and I have to be cognizant of what I say. Memories, nothing but true memories. All right, so I was a troublemaker when I was a kid. But, yeah, so like I said, I think if I was going to get my top contributor badge taken away, I could have done a little better than be nice. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys, I had enough fun with you. I hope you guys have a great night. If he was drawn, then carried scent wouldn't have left. No, he wouldn't have drowned. That's another thing that I had a problem with, honestly. Who said that? Hold on. Let me go back up here so I can call you by your name. Janine Marie. I think that was a little misleading as well, because Katie said he's drawn to water, but Seth was adamant that Sebastian knew how to swim. So I don't know how to take her statement to law enforcement that he's drawn to water, because that's what they say a lot about autistic kids that are found in the water or in a waterway. And, when I found out from Seth, because that is uncommon, from what I hear, and I know this because many people have reached out to me, their children, don't swim or can't, it's very difficult. Apparently there's some type of special swimming class. It's not offered everywhere. What does it say? Isn't top just yeah, it is. Sorry, my lips peel. Julie, it is. The top contributor is only but I earned it, and they removed it because I do talk a lot in there, because I'm in there. We bring, I don't know, I think just about since this case started, we brought at least one or two topics or three topics that we talk about on our morning lives. We bring that in. We're always talking about some of the stuff that people are questioning or asking about inside that group. What about concrete? People keep talking. It's kind of hard to overlook concrete because people have been talking a lot about it. Somebody brought it up to Chris, and for a tower crane operator, he sure knew a lot about concrete and thickness of concrete, but it might have to do with the tower crane operations as well. Maybe he's got to know that for load purposes. I don't know. CP said he would only swim in pools because he doesn't like dirty water. Interesting. I've got to listen to that again, Laura. Do you know what interview that was? That's an interesting statement. If he said that, I'd like to get that clipped. That kind of bodes into some things. Oh, Lori. Oh, I think Lori, you were on the, I think you came up on panel last night. Where did you go? I just missed you. Hold on. Well, I just saw you in here. I think I missed you. I must have moved up too much. So I'm sorry, but I think I saw you in here somewhere. But I hope you're doing well. I did find you. Here you are. I wonder if LE checked with CP's employer for any missing bags of concrete. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of people on the concrete stuff. And it's kind of hard not to look past because it's been brought up a lot. But I'd like to know, what's really kind of been creeping in? Oh, thank you guys. What's been kind of creeping into my mind a little bit is him getting to work at 5:15. How many people are on the job? Does he have access to a work vehicle, work truck? When it comes to jobs of that size, I know that people that have been on a job site for a significant amount of time know when people work, where the keys are, they know how to, because they're there, right? And somebody says, oh, go in here and grab this. Over a time, you know people, and when people just need to get stuff done, it's like, just go over here, get this. And so people over time learn these things. So is there any time did he have access to another phone, say a cell phone? Did he have access or keys to offices or anything to use other types of phones or computers? I do have a lot of questions when it comes to his employee, not just like have things been removed. And you know what? It keeps making you wonder, because they do have a decent size lot, and there's a lot of woods back there. I don't know. What's the one biggest thing that I think that's not sitting so easy with me is when Chris left the next day to go get the camper. It's just odd. I think, there's several things that I think that are key and notable in this case. And one is the 3 minutes that it took her to call Chris when she couldn't find Sebastian. The other one is the 3-hour phone call the night before. The shoes are a little odd to me as well. I think that really, I think that kind of sums it up, though. Oh, Peachy's in here too. See, I didn't recognize y'all's names before, and now that I got to see you guys on panel, I actually can put a face to a name now. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. A teacher I know just lost his 5-year-old autistic. Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. We hear it. I think there was a 2-year-old. Oh gosh, it just breaks my heart. There was, I think she was a 2-year-old girl. I can't remember where it was. I feel like it was in Manatee County down, the one I'm thinking of down by my mom's. And the mom thought she put her in a secured place, and she was down, sleeping. And she went and took a shower and had the baby monitor. Apparently she didn't hear her, and she woke up and got out. I can't even imagine. And it was the lake behind their house, and they had everything. It was just, those things where you really truly believe just things have, obviously this truly was God's plan, because as painful as some of this stuff is, because it's just like, how did it happen? You can't, like, some things are just unexplainable. It just absolutely, in my opinion, unexplainable. Like, I don't think they were able, I'm sure they were finally able to figure out how the girl got out of the house, but it wasn't easy to determine. She was a little Houdini, and it was just, it was a girl, maybe it wasn't 2, maybe it was like 3 or 4. I might have the age off, but it was still sad. It was still really sad. I see everybody joining, but I'm about to get off, guys. I just wanted to come here, kind of shake some, calm down, because I was still, oops, I think I muted somebody. Oh my God, did I mute somebody? I accidentally hit something, and I don't see what I did. If I muted you, I am so sorry. Because when I'm scrolling up on this phone sometimes, and if you accidentally hit it, it'll hit, but at least it didn't look like I blocked anybody. I might have just deleted a message. I don't know. I don't know what I just did. If I did something, I'm sorry. It's hard for me sometimes back here. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great night. I don't know if it's only 5. I might do one just a little bit later, like around 9 or 9:30. I'm not sure if there's any new information. I'm definitely not going to come here and just complain. I think I've got the complaining out of my system by now. So anyways, you guys have a great night. There's no real new information on Sebastian other than he's still missing. And I really hope that we start looking at some maps or finding out if we, what we can do to benefit this case. I think if we look at it from a different angle as to what we can do to benefit this case, I think hopefully we can change. And it's not like I know that there's going to be a lot of hurt feelings in cases like this. There always are. I don't really get my feelings hurt anymore. I did when I first started out, because it's a lot of work, and you're getting beat up and you're getting hit right and left, and it really kind of just really sucks. But you got to keep your head and your eyes focused on the case, and just not engage into all the drama and the back and forth. It really will suck you in, and you just become miserable and so toxic with hate for each other. It's really not worth it. We're better together than we are apart, and I hope everybody comes together. I hope we do it for the sake of Sebastian. I hope we start working on getting a huge search group to go back out there, get some really good identified areas where we can have the most impact. If law enforcement is willing to work with the teams, help us decide areas that might be good, that would actually help benefit them. But I really don't think they're going to be doing anything like that. But if they were willing to, that would be really cool. And that's really it. So I hope you guys have a great night, but let's get focused. The best thing is when everything falls apart and everything is on the bottom. The only place you can go is up. So we just need to build a better foundation and just keep moving up. So exactly, Cookie. Team Sebastian. All right, guys. I love you guys. God bless, and we'll see you soon.